Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that someone has been quietly rewiring your brain for years. Not with surgery, not with drugs, but with something you voluntarily use every single day. Something sitting in your pocket right now. Every notification, every scroll, every like, every short video. Tiny moments that seem harmless on their own. But together, they're changing the way you think, focus, remember, and even experience happiness. And the scary part is that most people don't realize it's happening. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how social media is reshaping your brain and what you can do to take back control.
Social media is one of the most powerful technologies ever created. It has connected billions of people. It has helped businesses grow. It has made information instantly accessible. But social media companies aren't simply competing for your time. They're competing for your attention. And attention is one of the most valuable resources in the modern world, because wherever attention goes, behavior follows. And wherever behavior goes, habits form. The average person checks their phone dozens, sometimes hundreds of times per day. Many people open social media without even realizing they're doing it. It's become automatic, almost reflexive. The question is, what happens to the brain when this becomes a daily habit? Let's find out. Chapter 1. Your brain was built to seek rewards. To understand social media, you first need to understand dopamine. Dopamine is often called the feel-good chemical, but that's not entirely accurate. Dopamine is more about anticipation than pleasure. It's the chemical that motivates you to seek rewards. Thousands of years ago, this system helped humans survive. Finding food produced dopamine. Discovering new opportunities produced dopamine. Social connection produced dopamine. These rewards encouraged behaviors that increased survival. Social media taps directly into this ancient system. Every notification is a potential reward. Every like is a potential reward. Every comment is a potential reward. Your brain doesn't know the difference between finding useful information in the wild and discovering a new notification on your phone. It simply recognizes the possibility of reward, and that's enough to keep you coming back again and again and again. Chapter 2. The slot machine in your pocket. Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to stop scrolling? The answer comes from an unlikely place: casinos. Slot machines are designed around something called variable rewards. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. The uncertainty keeps people pulling the lever. Social media works the same way. Most posts aren't exciting. Most notifications aren't important, but occasionally you see something fascinating, a funny video, an exciting message, a viral post, a surprising update. Because you never know when the next reward is coming, your brain keeps scrolling. One more swipe, one more refresh, one more minute, and before you know it, an hour is gone. The platform isn't just giving you content, it's training your brain to seek unpredictability. Chapter 3. Why your attention span is shrinking. Think about how social media is designed. Every few seconds, something new appears. A new post, a new video, a new image, a new opinion, a new controversy. Your brain is constantly switching targets. Over time, this trains your attention to expect novelty, and that's where problems begin. Deep work requires sustained focus. Reading a book requires sustained focus. Learning a skill requires sustained focus. Building a business requires sustained focus. But if your brain becomes accustomed to stimulation every few seconds, longer tasks start feeling uncomfortable, not because they're impossible, because they're slower. Your brain begins craving constant novelty, and concentration starts to feel like boredom. Chapter 4. The Rise of Digital Distraction. Imagine trying to read a book while someone interrupts you every 30 seconds. You'd probably struggle to remember what you read. That's essentially what happens when notifications constantly interrupt your day. Each interruption forces your brain to switch contexts. Research has shown that after an interruption, attention doesn't immediately return to the original task. Part of your mind stays attached to what distracted you. This creates what psychologists often call attention residue. Your body returns to work, but your attention doesn't fully return. As a result, productivity drops, mental fatigue increases, and tasks take longer than they should. Many people think they're bad at focusing. In reality, their focus is simply under constant attack.
Chapter 5. How social media changes your perception of reality. One of the most powerful effects of social media is comparison. For most of human history, people compared themselves to a small group: friends, family, neighbors, co-workers. Today, you're comparing yourself to millions. You see successful entrepreneurs, fitness models, luxury lifestyles, perfect vacations, perfect relationships, perfect careers. What you don't see are the failures, the struggles, the anxiety, the setbacks. You're comparing your behind-the-scenes reality to someone else's highlight reel, and that's a comparison nobody can win. Over time, this can distort your perception of success, happiness, and self-worth. Chapter 6. The Addiction Loop. Many people say they're addicted to social media, and while the word addiction can be complex, the behavior often follows a familiar pattern. You feel bored, you open an app, you get stimulation, you feel temporarily better. Then the feeling fades, so you repeat the cycle, over and over. The problem is that the brain adapts. What once felt exciting becomes normal. More stimulation is required to achieve the same effect. This is one reason endless scrolling can feel simultaneously satisfying and unsatisfying. You're consuming more, but enjoying it less. Chapter 7. The Cost You Don't See. The biggest danger of social media isn't always what it gives you, it's what it takes away. Every hour spent scrolling is an hour not spent learning, not spent creating, not spent exercising, not spent building relationships, not spent pursuing meaningful goals. These lost opportunities are difficult to notice because they never happen. You don't see the book you never wrote. You don't see the business you never started. You don't see the skill you never mastered. But the cost is real, and over years, those costs compound. Chapter 8. Can your brain recover? Here's the good news. The brain is remarkably adaptable. A concept called neuroplasticity allows the brain to change throughout life. Just as social media can shape your habits, intentional behavior can reshape them. Focus can be rebuilt, attention can improve, mental clarity can return. The brain responds to what it repeatedly experiences. If you repeatedly train distraction, distraction becomes easier. If you repeatedly train focus, focus becomes easier. The process works both ways, and that's incredibly empowering. Chapter 9. How to Take Back Control. The goal isn't necessarily to quit social media forever. The goal is to stop being controlled by it. Start by turning off non-essential notifications. Reduce unnecessary interruptions. Create periods of time when your phone is out of reach. Replace passive consumption with intentional use. Ask yourself a simple question before opening an app. Why am I opening this? What am I here to do? That tiny moment of awareness can break automatic behavior. Schedule focused work sessions. Read more long-form content. Practice being bored occasionally. Boredom isn't the enemy. It's often the beginning of creativity. Most importantly, remember that attention is a limited resource. Spend it deliberately. CTA Conclusion. Social media isn't inherently good or bad. It's a tool. But tools shape the people who use them. And the most powerful technologies don't just change what we do, they change who we become. The question isn't whether social media is influencing your brain. It is. The real question is whether you're consciously directing that influence or allowing algorithms to do it for you. Because your attention shapes your habits shape your actions shape your future, and your future is too valuable to hand over to endless scrolling.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more content on focus, productivity, psychology, and personal growth. And in the comments, tell me, what's one social media habit you're going to change after watching this video?